Most capital raisers don't lose investors because of a bad deal. They lose investors because they don't follow up properly. And I don't just mean forgetting a text here or there. I'm talking about inconsistent, sloppy, I'll get back to it later follow-up, the kind that silently destroys trust, credibility, and momentum. Have you ever had an investor say that they were interested but then didn't hear from you, so they moved on to another opportunity? That's not their fault, that's yours. So today, I'm going to show you how to fix it permanently. Hey guys, I'm Paul Kartzner, co-founder of Capitallyst Pro, a CRM built for capital raisers for capital raisers. I've raised millions of dollars and I've seen firsthand inconsistent follow-up is the #1 deal killer. Why do you think Dallin and I built Capitallyst Pro? We had too many things going on and leads were slipping through the cracks, and we had extremely poor, exhausting follow-up. This video is going to completely change the way you think about investor relationships, automation, and systems. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, guilty, or unsure about your follow-up, stay locked in, because by the end of this, you'll have a complete framework to turn chaos into predictable momentum for your business. So point #1, the silent killer. Why inconsistent follow-up costs you millions. So I'll never forget this one. Early in my career, I met an investor at a conference. We had an awesome conversation, tons of momentum. I told myself, I'll follow up with him tomorrow, but tomorrow turned into 2 weeks. By the time I reached back out to him, he'd already written a $100,000 check to somebody else's deal. That's what inconsistent follow-up does. It doesn't just hurt your ego, it costs you real money. Here's the reality. Not following up is like planting seeds and never watering them. You stand there staring at the ground, wondering why nothing's growing. So picture this. Day 1, your investor is hot. Day 7, now they're lukewarm. Day 30, ice cold, and the nurturing needs to start all over again. I call this the decay timeline. Every single day you delay, trust declines, and here's the kicker. Inconsistency feels like you don't care, and wealthy investors, they never chase, they just move on to somebody else's deal. Point #2, why humans fail and why systems win. Here's the painful truth. I think we all try to rely on our memory. Maybe we take notes on sticky notes. We flag that email to follow up later. Scribble in a notebook that you can never find again. And guess what? I was dropping the ball left and right because of this. Investors I thought I had called, I hadn't called them. Pitch decks I promised to send somebody, never delivered. It was absolute chaos. And if you rely on your willpower and mind, you've already lost. Discipline doesn't scale, systems do. So think about it like this. This is what I call the human error formula. Contacts times time divided by memory equals failure. It's inevitable. There is no way to manage broker relationships, acquiring deals, raising capital, managing those deals, family, friends, business, and much more all at the same time. It's oftentimes that I see these operators who are amazing at deal acquisition and asset management, and then once they raise the capital for that deal, they put their investors on the back burner until they have another deal. Do not be that guy or gal that only talks to their leads and current investors when they need more money. Let me ask you a question. Would you fly a plane at night without an instrument panel? Heck no, you would crash it. Raising capital without a system or CRM is the same thing. You might stay in the air for a while, but eventually you lose your bearing and crash. That's why systems win, because humans sometimes fail. Let's be honest. All right, so point #3, the investor follow-up flywheel. So if humans fail sometimes, what systems actually work? Okay, so these are the steps inside of the flywheel. 3 steps: connect, nurture, and convert. First is connect. When you meet somebody in person or online, get their contact info into your system immediately. Business cards, CRM. Phone call, CRM. Okay. Second is nurture. This is automated reminders, scheduled touch points, value drip campaigns. And #3 is convert. Invites to phone calls, webinars, other opportunities. Do this all at the right time, because consistency does compound. Missed follow-ups cost you 6 figures, I know, but automated follow-ups make you 7 figures. Okay, point #4, automation that feels human. Now let's be clear, I'm not talking about sending robotic, "Dear Mike, emails. That's not what investors want. I use what I call the H2H automation. That's human to human. Okay, it's still automation, but it's human to human. Number one is personalize your subject line and content. Most people send generic subject lines like following up on our conversation. That's boring. It's forgettable. Instead, make it about them. So this is an example. If you just met John and he was excited about your upcoming deal, your subject line could be, John, here's how investing can achieve your goals. See the difference? The data backs this up completely. Personalized subject lines are 26% more likely to be opened. Full personalized emails can boost reply rates by as much as 142%. So if you want investors to actually open and respond, stop sounding like a robot, okay? Number two, reference their interests or past questions that they've had. This one is huge. Investors want to feel like you listened to that conversation. It's powerful because it shows you care about their curiosity, not just about your capital raise. So I looked this up, and with the users we have on Capitallyst Pro right now, the stats show that personalized follow-ups like this increase positive responses by 26%. Investors aren't just evaluating your deal, they're evaluating you as a communicator. Now, a call follow-up can be automated, but if you really want it to be personal, you can still make it efficient and effective without using automation. So inside of Capitallyst Pro, we have the ability to create snippets, or in other words, templates. You can create a template, either text message or email, to send to somebody manually after that call. You can alter the email a little bit to make it sound more personal and refer back to the call, maybe answer some questions they had. You send that investor some more information. And the cool part of it being a template is that the majority of it is already typed out. You just need to spend about 30 seconds to a minute updating it. Then with a click of a button, that personalized email is sent. This way, you're not wasting 30 minutes to an hour typing out this customized email, reading through it, proofreading it for each person that you meet with. If you find yourself doing something over and over and over again like this, try to find a way to automate it or simplify it, like with templates, so you can get your time back. Okay, part number 3. This is the multi-channel, timely, and value-added follow-ups. Now, this is where most people fall off. They send a follow-up email, then give up completely when they don't hear back. But the truth is, 80% of leads require at least 8 to 12 follow-ups. And when you use multi-channel communication like email, text message, social media, maybe your phone, response rates can jump by almost 287%. So here's an example. Day 1, send a thank you email with personalized message. Day 4, share a short market insight or update they'll find valuable. Day 7, maybe message them on social media. Thought that you'd find this article helpful, right? Share articles and market research. And week 3, share a milestone or progress update. Notice you're not nagging, you're adding value at each step. And that builds trust. And it keeps you top of mind without being completely annoying. So let's recap real quick. Personalize your subject lines and your content. Make it about them. Reference their questions they've had. It proves that you listen. Follow up across multiple channels and keep adding value. If you do these 3 things, your follow-up stops feeling like a pitch and starts feeling like a real relationship. And that's when investors lean in. I've had several leads reply to one of my automated texts thinking that I typed it personally right then and there. That is the goal. Automation should feel natural. It should feel like you. And here's the beauty of it all. Build it once, run it forever. Don't keep typing the same email 200 times or more. Automate it, but make it sound real and genuine coming from you. Point number 5, scaling follow-up without burning out. Now, some of you are thinking, well, Paul, I don't want to sound like a robot. I don't want to lose that personal touch, and capital raising is very personal. And here's the thing, that's exactly why you need a system in place, because when you don't have a system, you end up burning out and don't do any outreach or follow-up at all. That's why I use the 80-20 rule. 80% is automated. You can automate reminders, drip campaigns, check-ins, maybe send a reminder or task to yourself. And then the 20% is personal. Make phone calls, customize some personal emails, invite somebody to coffee or lunch, send them a selfie video. That's one of my favorite. Guys, think of it like farming. Machines do the planting and watering and the heavy lifting, but the farmer still walks the fields. He inspects the crop, he talks to the workers. You see, automation with personal touch is the only way you can scale your business. Let's zoom out a little bit. We started with the problem, which is inconsistent follow-up that kills your business. We saw why humans fail and why systems win. We built the investor flywheel for follow-up. We talked about automation that still feels human, and we wrapped it up with scaling without burning out. Now imagine this, a year from today, instead of lost deals and no capital, now you have rhythm, consistency, and investors respect you. They trust you, they refer you, and they do business with you. You're not constantly wondering who you forgot to call. You're confident and in control, because follow-up isn't about chasing the money. It's about building a machine that turns attention into trust and trust into capital. So if this hits home, here's the next step for you. Please, 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 please subscribe to our channel. We're dropping tactical videos like this every single week on how to scale your capital raising systems. If you want to see how we built this inside of Capitallyst Pro, click the link below to watch a free demo. It's not a hard pitch, just a chance for you to see what a real follow-up system looks like in action, and it will give you a good idea of where you might be lacking in your follow-up game. Remember this, inconsistent follow-up is optional. Consistency is a choice. We'll catch you on the next one.